Hi guys, welcome to Complex Life Simple Rules. My name is Arun Kumar and today our topic is how to manage our time effectively. You know, there is one thing common between poor and rich, successful and unsuccessful people, and that common thing is 24 hours in a day. I have 24 hours in a day, you have 24 hours in a day, and every person has 24 hours in a day. Things change when we start utilizing those 24 hours in a day effectively. Except our necessary hours which we need to rest or sleep or do other essential tasks, we still have a lot of time which can make a huge difference in our life. Do you know the difference between urgent task and important task? And if you don't know, don't worry, we will talk about that. And if you know, I think you know the value of time management already. And you give more energy and more power to your important tasks, because urgent task anyhow will take your energy right away. Urgent task is that task which need your energy and time right away. And the important tasks are those tasks which don't need your energy right away, but if you plan well, that will create a big difference in your life. Make you a better leader, make you a better manager, or make you an expert, or develop your good relationship with your partner. So based on that urgent and important, this is one quadrant picture where you see there are different quadrants here. And these quadrants, I think if you went through management training, you already saw this one. I could not understand it earlier when I started learning about time management and leadership. But now I have a clear picture actually what happens and what is the difference between all those different quadrants. So let's start what we have in first quadrant. Actually, this quadrant talk about all the urgent and important tasks. That is all your tasks like your office activities, what you have. Obviously, if you or somebody need your help, then you, I think, help right away. Or this is something like, you know, a company may go into a huge loss, or some services may go down if you are not taking action right away. These tasks you cannot ignore. You have to do that. That's your primary task. And these tasks, sometimes you need too much energy here, but sometimes you don't need. So sometimes you have to go spend a lot of time, sometimes no, but these are not very regular tasks which you have to address. Now let's move to the quadrant 2, my favorite, which important and not urgent tasks fall in this category. When I say important means something which you plan very well for your goal, mean achieve something in your life. Let us suppose you want to be a successful entrepreneur. So plan your day or plan your months, years, so what you want to achieve in this one. Because this thing you cannot achieve overnight. You have to really give your best to achieve that. Or some example, you want to be a good reader, understand how people do things in situations like that, or want to learn about all great people who really achieve something great in their life. Another part here is your health. Obviously, if you don't give time to your health, this is important today, then obviously you will fall trap of, you know, a lazy lifestyle, and this lazy lifestyle will create problems for you, you know, other health conditions. And along with that, you have mental health as well, because mental health people ignore, but this is something center of, I think, you know, control center of your whole body. If your mental system is not working perfectly, obviously you encounter issues in other areas. So when we talk about health, we talk about physical plus mental health. So you should have some plan for that every day in your life. And obviously your social structure need your time, like your family, your kids also need your time. So this is all important thing, but if we ignore these, become urgent plus important, they fall into the category first. And I think you have observed many times that if you ignore any task in this category, that always fall into the quadrant first, and that's not right, because you have to take action right away. Third quadrant is urgent but not important, or urgencies, where you are not important, like you have to pick the phone. Do you need to pick the phone? You can ignore that. But those become urgent, like somebody else didn't plan his activities very well, but the last moment he'd want you to work extra hours to deliver something. So these things fall into this category as well. But try to avoid this kind of activities, because don't make somebody else urgency your urgency and ignore your important tasks. And the last quadrant, that is the area where we spend most of our not energy, I would say time. That's not energy consuming, because we spend a lot of time there. And one of the biggest culprit in this area is TV. We watch hours TV or social media today. And if you calculate your time, I think what happens, we don't know numbers, so that's why it never alert us that we are not in the right direction. If you look at your time and spend this calculation, and spend some time on this calculation, and if you spend every day 3 hours and you calculate 3 hours multiply 30 days, then you have almost 90 hours you spend watching TV. And if you have 5 hours productivity, you spend at least 18 productive days just watching TV. I don't know how much benefit you get out of it. Or is it a kind of your habit that you want to spend more and more time on something unproductive? So based on all these 4 quadrants, look at your life, your schedule, and see how much time you spend on each quadrant. Try to move all your energy or your time from all those quadrants. Obviously, first quadrant you cannot move anything, but quadrant 2 or quadrant 3 and 4, you try to move your all time to the quadrant 2. So what do you need to do now? Now you know your different quadrants, you know the difference between urgent and important task. I give you a small exercise. Obviously it's not time consuming. It won't take your more than 5 minutes next 2 weeks. And this task would be, you always have a pen and paper when you go to sleep, and put the log of all your time, the time you wake up and when you are going to sleep, where did you spend your time. And just maintain this log only 2 weeks, and look at your time where you spend more time. Once you get that data, look at all these 4 quadrants and see where you are spending most of your time. And as soon as I think that's a very well said statement in corporate world, whatever you can measure, you can work on that. And this thing will make a difference, trust me. Now, if you like this video, don't hesitate to like or subscribe. And if you have a comment for me, and if you have any question, please update in the comment section. Thank you.